Acctivate Mobile allows you to receive inventory using a handheld barcode scanner, giving you flexibility, accuracy, and real-time information. In this demonstration, I have a purchase order which I will receive using the Acctivate Android app. My purchase order has 4 line items: B10, B15, B18, and PC20. PC20 is a serial numbered product, which means that when I receive this item, I'll also need to record a serial number. Let's log into the Acctivate mobile app and we can begin the receiving process. On the login screen, enter your user ID and password and tap the Login button. On the main menu, we'll tap Receive to begin the receipt. I will be creating a receipt for a vendor purchase order. Alternatively, you can tap the From PO slider to create a receipt for a specific warehouse. However, that receipt would not be associated with any PO. I need to select the PO which I want to receive against. If I have a barcode containing the PO number, I could scan that, or I can type in the PO number or tap the magnifying glass to open the PO lookup. I'll open the lookup. In the PO lookup, you can see the PO number, the vendor, and the date the PO was issued. I can scroll through the list to find my PO. Now I can tap on my PO to make my selection. Now that I've selected the PO, I can tap the arrow in the upper right-hand corner to view the details. The PO detail screen shows the product ID in the upper left-hand corner of the row, the primary stocking location in the bottom left of the row, and then the quantity received out of the total to receive in the upper right-hand. Let's begin receiving. I have some barcodes that resemble a barcode that your vendor may use. The first row includes 3 barcodes. The first is a UPC barcode that includes a UPC number that I have associated with the Acctivate product ID for B10. After that, I have 2 code 128 barcodes for B15 and B18. Code 128 is a common linear barcode. So let's start with scanning the barcodes on the first row. As I mentioned, my first barcode is a UPC barcode. In Acctivate, I have that UPC associated with B10. So I'm going to go ahead and scan that first. Once I scan it, the line detail screen opens up. Here you can see the quantity scan, the description, and the location that I'll be receiving into. I need a total of 5, so I'll scan it 4 more times. From here, I can move on by one of 3 ways. I can click the check mark in the upper right-hand corner to go back to the PO detail screen. I can click the down arrow next to the check mark to move to line number 2, or I can scan any other barcode and I will be taken to that line. In this case, I'll scan the B15 barcode while I'm on line number 1, and I will be taken to line number 2. So I've scanned 1, but I need a total of 15, which we saw on the main screen. I could scan 14 more times, or I can simply type in the quantity I've received. While I'm on this line, let's say that I want to receive these into a different location than their primary location. I can look up and select a location, or I can scan a location barcode. Location barcodes contain the 99 application identifier, which tells Acctivate Mobile that this is a location. A location barcode can be generated in Acctivate, and typically you'd place these above, below, or near your stocking location. In my barcode sheet, the second barcode is the location barcode, so I will scan that now. And as you can see, it updated the location to use the location A01A. I'm going to tap the downward arrow so that I can see line number 3. In this demonstration, let's assume my vendor failed to send me this product, so I'm going to leave it at 0 and move on to my final product, PC20. First, let's return back to the main PO detail screen by clicking the check mark. The final row of barcodes on my screen is for my serial numbered product PC20. This is a GS1-128 barcode containing 2 pieces of information, the product ID PC20 and the serial number. That means with one scan, I can capture both pieces of information. As you can see, I need 3, so I'll go ahead and perform 3 scans, which will increase the received quantity and record the serial numbers. The first scan adds the first serial number. The second scan adds the second serial number. And the third scan adds the final serial number. I can also see the serial number details and change things such as the location that the serial number should be received into, or I can set the expiration date if my barcode doesn't contain it. To do that, simply tap on the serial number. And here you can change the serial attributes. Now we can return back to the PO details screen. I'll tap the back button, and then the check mark, Now that we've received everything that was shipped to us, we can submit this receipt session by clicking the check mark in the upper right hand corner. Before submitting, we have a couple options. We can print product labels, a put away list, and we'll also see the discrepancies between what was expected to be received and what was actually received. In this instance, I want to proceed with posting the receipt. When the product B18 shows up later, I can create a new receipt for that product. To submit it, I'll tap the check mark, and the receipt session has been posted. Let's take a look at the PO in Acctivate now. In Acctivate, the PO is partially received now. Line 1, 2, and 4 have been received in full, and line 3 has 20 ordered and 20 outstanding. Now that we've gone through the receiving process, let's take a look at a few mobile receiving options. We'll go to File, Configuration Management. In the Configuration Manager, we'll expand the Mobile section and select Inventory Receipts. The first option, Automatically Post Inventory Receipts, means that when you submit the receipt, it will post immediately and the quantity received will be added to your on-hand quantity. If this option is unchecked, Acctivate will save the receipt session and you can make changes to it on a desktop computer before posting. If the second option is enabled, the quantity to receive will already be set to match the quantity outstanding. Finally, if the Receive and Purchase Units option is enabled, the quantity received will be based on the PO unit rather than the stocking unit. And that's it. We've completed an inventory receipt using Acctivate Mobile. Thank you for going through this walkthrough and be sure to check out our other Acctivate Mobile videos.